Hi, I'm Lawrence. I'm a property investor and coach. In this series, I will be taking you through live proposals and analyzing them from the point of view of an investor. Through all the work that I do on my YouTube channel and my books and through my networks, I receive hundreds of emails every month of people asking me to invest in deals. Do a quick video of me reviewing it live. Now, this is not a naming and shaming exercise. I don't mean to badmouth or belittle anyone. I'm purely using this as a practical application to share to others who are watching this channel and who are interested in property investing but not quite sure how to put together a professional investment proposal, on what to look out for and how to approach an investor in the right way.
Before we get into the live proposal, let me just give you some tips and techniques on how you can define the perfect investor proposal. Now, for me, there are 4 key elements that make up a really solid investor proposal. The first is you need to have a detailed number analysis. You need to include things around your cash flow or the expected profit of the deal. Do some projections of what it could look like in 1, 5, 10, 20 years time, and also do some stress testing. If the bond interest rate were to change, or if the vacancy period was higher, how would that affect the numbers? Number 2, you want proof or actuals. The only way that me as an investor and most trained investors is they'll make a decision based on actuals, not on hearsay. So things like giving a rent roll as part of your investor proposal pack to an investor is critical. Providing some sort of annual financial statements of the building if you're investing in a block of flats. And then you're also looking at your utility bills or your levy receipts. Anything that can't really be created by the owner but proves that this is the actual income or expense will go a long way. Area research, providing a TPN report, a Lightstone report, and making sure that any major developments or interests in that area are explained in the proposal. And then finally, and most importantly, explaining the terms and conditions of this proposal. So, how much capital specifically do you need from me as the investor? Are you looking at sourcing this deal to me? Are you looking at asking for a loan? Or do you want me to jump on as a JV partner? And if that's the case, what is the sourcing fee? What interest rate would you give me if I give you a loan? And what would the profit share and my specific return be on the profit and the capital that I inject? How much can be financed by the bank? Are there any other partners involved? What kind of investment vehicle do you envisage this asset sitting in? So your terms and your conditions are really just explaining to me exactly what it is you're looking for and what it is I get in exchange. So let's jump through a couple of live proposals. Again, I mean no disrespect. This is purely a learning exercise. I really hope that you enjoy, and don't forget to subscribe.
So this specific person has sent me a nice little introduction. So all the calculations are based on 9% mortgage. Obviously, they've watched a lot of my YouTube channels because I don't advocate ever using the 7% that we have currently as of the 3rd of March or the 15th of March. But I rather use a more conservative view of 9%. So that's a good sign for me. The deal has a positive cash flow and there's equity on purchase of 600,000. So she's saying that this is a free property because once you refinance, you can pull all of your capital out, which sounds very interesting. So listed price at 2.85. The offer is 2.2 at a 21% discount. So that's very positive. I don't know how many units there are. That's one of the things that's lacking with this specific proposal. If I knew that it was, for instance, 6 units, I would know that this is massively overpriced. If it was 10 units, I'd be kind of wet at the lips because, that's a very good price for 10 units. Unfortunately, this specific investor hasn't sent me the Property 24 link or given me any kind of rent roll or COJ or any kind of proofs. I have requested it, but her response was, if I give you that information, then you don't need me anymore and you can do the deal yourself, which I guess is fair. That's always going to be the risk and the challenge with sourcing a deal, is if you give all the information required, what's stopping that person from doing the deal themselves? Personally, I have no interest of doing this deal outside of working with the specific person, but I do understand her defense or her desire to keep some of that information private. The reality is, if I don't have that information, I'm never going to move forward with a deal. So that's the risk you have to take with sourcing. The listing date is last year, 2020. Rental income based on 28,000. Again, I asked for the rent roll. If I don't have that information, I'm not going to move forward with the decision, and no investor will unless there's proof. Now, what I would say is if you're scared of that, scared of the person running away with the deal, get some sort of NDA or sourcing agreement document, created by a lawyer and get them to sign it beforehand. It doesn't guarantee anything, but it does give you a little bit more confidence, I guess. Closing costs of 218. So here she's worked out the gross yield of just under 15%. Rental times 12 divided by purchase price. That looks fine. Monthly expenses, so 9% over 20 years. So the first thing I'm going to say here, multi-let, you're not going to get financing unless it's been sectionalized. So the reality is with this deal, you're going to have to buy it cash, buy cash, sectionalize, then refinance, unless it's already been sectionalized. Now, if this property has been sectionalized and it's, let's say, 8 to 10 units, I'd be very interested in this deal. But this proposal is not giving me enough of that information, and because she's holding back on information, I'm not going to be able to progress. So it's a delicate balance of providing information to help the investor make a decision, but also not giving so much that the investor can move with the deal without you. Rates and taxes of 1.2, maintenance 6%, management 10%, vacancy 6%. So that seems fine. Again, I don't know what the area is or the address, so I can't really double check these until I've seen the property. Total of 24,000, so the cash flow is 3,500. Return on investment is 3.5 divided by this number here of 218. I'd also like to know what that includes: transfer, buying costs, bond origination costs. Is there some sort of renovation budget included in this? Maybe a bit of a breakdown would have been nice. And then here she just ends with what she wants, right? So she wants a 10% sourcing fee. I'm not sure on what. Is that 10% of the purchase price, the asking price, the discount that you get? There's different ways in which you can quantify your sourcing fee. And a 50% equal share partner in this deal. So my understanding of that would be that she's going to bring 50% of the capital. I, or whoever she's looking to partner with, would bring the other 50%. Again, it's not super clear, and I do respect that, this is just somebody reaching out from my YouTube channel, so they're not in any entitlement to send me more information. But what I can say is, if this is the proposal and this is the only information I'm going to get, it's not enough for me to move forward on. If you are able to provide me with rent roll proofs or the address, and you're able to give me an NDA to sign, we could have a potential deal on our hands. I hope you enjoyed this quick live analysis of a proposal. If you would like to share your deal with me, or a deal that you'd like me to overview, please send me an email. Just go to my website, www.lawrencebull.com. Click the book me button, schedule an appointment, and I will run through any deal with you. Please don't forget to click subscribe and click the notify button so that every time that we come